The video game world is in shock tonight after the sudden death of one of its most influential creators, Vince Zampella, co-creator of the Call of Duty franchise and founder of Respawn Entertainment, has died at the age of 55 in a fatal car crash in Southern California. The news, confirmed by multiple outlets and by his longtime collaborators and employer Electronic Arts, marks the loss of a defining voice in modern gaming. A man whose work reshaped the first-person shooter genre and inspired millions of players and developers around the world. According to reports from the California Highway Patrol and local news agencies, the crash occurred on December 21, 2025, shortly before 1 p.m. local time on the scenic Angeles Crest Highway north of Los Angeles. Zampella was traveling in a 2026 Ferrari 296 GTS when, after exiting a tunnel on the winding mountain road, the vehicle veered off the pavement, struck a concrete barrier, and caught fire. Zampella was pronounced dead at the scene, and a passenger in the vehicle also lost their life later in hospital after being ejected from the car in the impact. At this time, authorities have not publicly disclosed the identities of the passenger or whether alcohol, drugs, or speed were factors in the accident. The first images of the crash scene circulated online. A red Ferrari mangled against a roadside barrier on a notoriously treacherous stretch of road have since been accompanied by an outpouring of tributes across the gaming world. Electronic Arts released an official statement calling Zampella a friend, colleague, leader, and visionary creator whose influence on the video game industry was profound and far-reaching. Major studios affiliated with him, including Respawn Entertainment, Infinity Ward, Apex Legends, and the Battlefield franchise, shared heartfelt messages on social media, honoring not just his work, but the creative spirit he brought to every team he led. But to understand the true weight of this loss, we have to look at who Vince Zampella was and what he accomplished. Born October 1, 1970, Zampella was an American video game designer whose career helped transform interactive entertainment. He first rose to prominence in the early 2000s, co-founding Infinity Ward in 2002 alongside longtime collaborators Jason West and Grant Collier. Less than a year later, their first major release, the original Call of Duty, launched in October 2003 and immediately redefined what a military shooter could be, blending cinematic storytelling with visceral gameplay and immersive multiplayer modes. Over the next 2 decades, the Call of Duty franchise became one of the most financially successful entertainment properties in history, with sales topping 500 million copies worldwide and launching countless sequels, spin-offs, and cultural moments. Zampella's influence didn't stop with Call of Duty. After an acrimonious departure from Activision, he and West founded Respawn Entertainment in 2010, a studio that would go on to create genre-defining titles such as Titanfall, Titanfall 2, the Battle Royale phenomenon Apex Legends, and critically acclaimed Star Wars Jedi games. Respawn's rise demonstrated Zampella's commitment to innovation, not just refining existing genres, but breaking them open and setting new standards for narrative, gameplay, and online engagement. In 2017, Respawn was acquired by Electronic Arts, where Zampella continued to thrive as a creative leader and executive, most recently overseeing development work on Battlefield 6, which became one of the year's most talked about shooter titles under his guidance. Gaming journalists, industry peers, and commentators have been among the first to pay tribute to Zampella's stature in the field. Veteran presenter and producer Jeff Keighley, who chronicled Respawn's early years and interviewed Zampella multiple times, called him a visionary executive who never wavered in his commitment to honesty and transparency, a rare quality in an industry often dominated by corporate interests. Others noted that while Zampella created some of the most influential games of our time, his true legacy was the way he empowered teams, respected players, and elevated the medium itself from entertainment into a platform for storytelling and shared cultural experience. The responses from the studios he helped build have been deeply personal. Infinity Ward said that Zampella will always have a special place in our history, and that his legacy of creating iconic, lasting entertainment is immeasurable. Respawn Entertainment, Battlefield, and Apex Legends teams all posted tributes emphasizing not only his creative brilliance, but the mentorship and vision he brought to every project and every developer he worked with. These messages reflect the fact that Zampella's impact extended far beyond sales figures or awards. He helped shape entire careers and inspired countless creators around the world. His death leaves behind a family, including 3 children, and a global community of players who grew up with the worlds he helped build, the stories he helped tell, and the experiences he helped shape. Whether it was the gritty intensity of modern warfare, the fast-paced innovation of Titanfall, the explosive team dynamics of Apex Legends, or the epic narratives of Star Wars Jedi, Zampella's fingerprints are everywhere in modern gaming. As the investigation into the crash continues, one thing is clear: Vince Zampella's sudden passing is not just the loss of a developer, it is the end of an era in interactive entertainment. His work didn't just entertain millions, it helped define a generation of games and players. His influence will continue to be felt long after today. In the code, the communities, and the countless battles fought across screens worldwide that trace back to his creative spark.